All right. So, if you haven't watched the video that shows my newest art crayon supply, make sure you go and watch that video. But in this video, we are going to compare the Bic crayons against the Prang crayons and against Crayola's Ultra Clean Washable crayons. It's a Color Max one. Okay. So I've already started with the Bic crayons first. And what I've done is I've organized them by colors because one thing that I love is when crayons have like a light, a medium, and a dark in the same color family. Okay, let me move this right over here. And that is what I did here. I had the light color, the medium. No, you know what? I think I messed up and put the dark one here. Yes, and then I put the medium one here. But then what I did was I attempted a blend of them. But the shades aren't, they're not really that far apart in regards to color, as I'm swatching them out. But I do like the fact that they have like those different shades, the light, medium, and dark. And another thing that I noticed is I don't see a lot of wax build up. And I just think that's amazing. So the next thing I did was I organized these crowns right here. I had the yellow, the orange, let me see, yellow, orange, and then we have this orange because I think that would be a great blend. How many people have used this combination? I call it the candy corn combination, okay? Good old candy corn. Halloween's coming. What is it? It's May 2025. I'm a little early, but that's okay. Then we have this, I'm just going to call it red. And then this reminds me, okay, so this is a light red, this is a dark red, and then we have burgundy. I'm going to call that burgundy. How many burgundy crowns have you seen? I have not seen many. So, Bic, I'm quite impressed with your burgundy, okay? And again, I swatched them out. I really didn't try to blend a combination with these, but I did put a nice big heart beside them. And can you see I don't see a lot of I don't see a lot of wax. I don't at all. A lot of wax buildup. So of course I had to take my favorite color. My favorite color is purple. And I swatched out the light one and then this dark one. And then I did a blend, but I added the white, the white to it. I really don't like the way, that came out in a circle. I think I need more conviction about blending that. Let me just try it again. So if I were to do this light color right here, I will say this, because they don't have any paper on them, it feels weird when I'm holding this crown. It really does. I'm like, Lord, please don't let me break it. It says it's unbreakable, but girl, it just hasn't met the right it hasn't met the right child. And I keep telling y'all I'm a Toys R Us kid, but I do like the way it's hollowed out there. Can y'all see that? That's pretty cool. Pretty neat. Another thing too, because it doesn't have any paper on it, it's very easy to sharpen, which I think is super cool. So I like that. Now, as I'm pressing down a little bit harder, I am seeing a little bit of deposits, but it's not bad. Y'all know how crowns do. But the colors just seem so. Maybe I got too much light shining in here. They just seem so close to me. Okay, Crystal, finish blending this out. I think I just put some lotion on my hands, and this is just very hard to hold. It's very hard to hold this, but do your best. That just looks too close to me. It really does. That looks too close. And I don't even like the way that look. I look like a ball of confusion. But if I use a blender, okay, these little blender sticks that I have, I don't know if you have any of these. And of course I have green on it, so I really need to clean it off. But I don't see it right near me, so it ain't like I have never done this before. So let me try to blend that out. Okay. I still don't like the way it looks, but still. I like the fact that they have a light and a dark. So now let's look at these right here, these greens, these blue greens. Okay. I just love this. I love creating the color blue green too. So let me swatch out the lightest one. Um, I love that they have so many colors in the same color family. The paper that I'm using right now as my swatch sheet is just regular copy paper, so I know that's hindering me. If I used a paper that had more tooth to it, yeah, these would be amazing. They would be amazing. So, just a little bit, Crystal. Don't press down so hard. Ugh. Is anybody else heavy-handed when they color? I like that. I like that. I immediately want to do a blend, but I'm gonna hold off. I'm gonna use a darker one. It better be a lot. Okay, it really is. Okay, so I can see me using these in my Creative Haven book for my gnomes. If you have Creative Haven books, you all know that they have tons of, foliage scenes, trees, plants, all of those things. And I can see me laying down these crowns first because you can cover a lot of area quickly, and then maybe going in and adding some detailing um, with a water-based marker. So let me just so let's just okay, so what is going on? Okay, so something is not flat. Okay, I got like an intersection of two pieces of paper that's hidden right perfectly in the wrong area. Let me come back down. Am I okay? I'm still in the camera. All right, so there's our light green. I just want to see, can I blend them? That doesn't look good, but I'm not gonna give up. Trust the process is what they say. I think I'm pressing down too hard though. I really do. Now you know what? I mean, that's they blended together well. But let me take the lighter one and see if I can't. I've heard somebody say smoosh. I've heard several people say that on their channel. Let me see if I can smoosh these together. All right. I think that would be great. I mean, of course, I think I was coloring a little bit hard, and I can see that harsh line right there, but that can be fixed. That can be fixed. I have some techniques. I can use some baby oil to fix that. I can use several things to fix that. I can. All right, so let me move on with this other. Let me see what kind of green this is. Is this like a teal? There we go. Or turquoise? Turquoise. A turquoise crown. Okay, so do you pronounce it crown as in, oh, I know I'm a queen, where's my crown? Or do you pronounce it crayon? Crayon. Cray as in cray, but crayon. Crayon. Are you a crown or are you a cray? Let me know in the comments. Of course, whenever I say it, people be like, where you from? I'm like, well, I'm actually from Virginia, but I've been in the South for quite some time, so I think I've picked up a lot of that dialect. Okay, loving this. Now it doesn't really look teal. Let me turn these lights down a little bit because maybe that's it. Yeah, I'm doing this during the middle of the day and the sun's trying to come through. Is that teal? All right, let me see. Okay, I don't see any color stated on here. But I am going to go to their website. So that was looking like it was teal. Y'all tell me what color you think that is. I'm going to go look it up, but tell me what color you think it is. All right, so let's graduate to our blues. So we have three blues. I love that. I am starting to um, really sun. Here comes the sun. Am I going to regret this when I make this? Let me see. There we go. All right, I'm going to do this one blue and then I'm gonna have to change my lighting, y'all. That is so beautiful. I can see this on some water in a Creative Haven book. I really can see that on some water. All right, so that's our lightest color. This is our mid. Things that I wish I would like. I'm going to have to like hang up a sheet when I start coloring. Remember, don't press down so hard in the beginning. All right. And then we have one more in the blue. All right. I like that. All right. So I went ahead and I swatched out um, the rest of the colors. So we have our blues here, which I love. I don't know if I said I love those, but I do. And I actually put like all three of these together. I put the lightest at the top, and then I put the mid on one side and the dark on the other side. Let me take this white crayon and try to mesh these together, kind of blend these out. It's not moving, but be sure to watch my video where, I use alcohol markers, like the zero alcohol marker. If you're familiar with alcohol markers, there's a zero marker that does not have any color, but what I use it to do is, of course, you can use it to blend alcohol markers, or you can use it to blend crowns. Yes, I love that. I use it more with like the crowns that leave a lot of wax behind. So what you see here is, and I really like this, I'll call them the brown family. You see a tan, a brown, and then there's another one. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Let's put them like this. So the three colors. So I put the tan, and then I'm not really sure earth. This gonna call this earth tone, and then the brown. So then I tried to do a blend of this tan and this, and I'm like, why did I do this? Because these aren't even close enough to even make that happen. So then I went through with the tan and the brown. It looked a little bit better, but still there's a harsh line. But what I really love, and I hope you can see this, is that I took this color right here, this earth color, and I took orange and I blended them together. And I really like the way that came out. So this is me in the at the bottom, just taking the blues and the greens and making different combinations as well, because just these big crowns, I do like these. The only thing that I don't like the fact that it doesn't have a wrapper, because my hands are, I put on lotion a lot, and these crowns are so shiny. They look like they were ashy, and then I put lotion on them. If you're not sure what ashy means, it's dry. When your skin is super dry and you add lotion, but they just look very greased up, and I don't like that. I really don't like that. But what I do like about them is the number of combinations, colors they have in the same color family. I just love this whole row right here, because I can just see me doing a sky in a creative haven book with these colors, a sunny sky. The purples are very close together. I do like the greens. I can see me working with those and the blues. So, I like these crowns. Have they beat my prangs? Nah, no, they haven't, because I don't like how greased up this looks. So what we're going to look at next is we're going to look at these Crayola washables. And I have done a video on these before, but I want to compare these three, because I know these three are really good as far as not leaving behind a little wax. So I'll be right back with these Crayola Ultra Clean Washable Large Crowns Color Max. Hold please. So I've taken the Crayola Ultra Clean Washable Color Max crayons and I've swatched them down. Of course, this is a smaller set of crayons, but what I see in regards to these Color Max as compared to the Bic is that the colors are more vibrant. They really are. Um, the Bic crayons are nice, they are, but these colors are really coming through. I do see a lot more wax. I see some wax. So there's more like a little residue left over. But, I have different ways where I can handle that. So I would definitely, in a lot of cases, choose these crowns right here. I will still get, I'm going to choose them all, okay? Got to catch them all. Got to have them all. That will be me. But because of the way these lay down color, that is what's making them, that's what's pushing them to the next level. So I have some it's like gamma solvent that you can use to blend. I'm gonna take a little bit of it and put it on this nib, and I've already done that just to smooth this out some. And look at that. Voila. So yeah, so there are ways you can get around, when crayons have wax, and that's just me using. Okay, I shouldn't have done that. There I go. Okay, let it dry. That's just me using a solvent. A lot of times I'll use baby oil as well to do the exact same thing. I will. So I just wanted to show you that really quickly. And now we are going to, I'm going to swatch out these prangs. I've done this before, but I'll do it again. And we're going to come back and look at all three. So right now we have the Bic crayons. My biggest thing with them is they need a wrapper on them for me because my hands are oily and I just feel like they're sliding. I love the combinations that they produce. I love the colors, the vibrant colors come from these Color Max crayons by Crayola. I can just use my solvent for any extra wax that's on there to handle that. So let's see about Prang. Prang are my favorite crayons. So let's see what's going on with them. All right. All right, I've done the final swatch, and these are for the Prang crowns, and these are my favorite crowns. And I'm looking at this in comparison. Why do I like Prang crowns so much? Because they don't kick up a lot of wax when in comparison to Crayola. Okay, but now that I've added these big crowns to the party. Um, yeah, Brent, you might get pushed out, edged out a bit. Because I don't see any of, can you see all like let me take my time. All like the little, that's like little dust, like wax per se. Not a lot, when compared to Crayola. But when you compare the prangs to the big BIC, yeah, they don't have any. They don't have any. They do not. And let me bring these Crayola Color Max over here. Um, again, I took some, what is it? What is it called? Oh my God, some solvent. Okay. And I got the wax out so it would look smoother. But yes, the Bics are looking the smoothest. But let me do this one final test. One final test because I'm Crystal the Foxy Colorist and I color in coloring books. So let me take these away. Let me put down an actual coloring page. All right. This is Plant Mom. This is a Creative Haven book. And I've already, did a little bit of coloring using these crowns. Okay. So what I want you to see first is the Bic. These are the Bics. I'm going to use a light green and a dark green for the Bics. Okay. So I'm going to color this leaf right here. Okay, so let me come down a little bit more. All right. I mean, I don't see it. There's nothing that's kicking up. Really, there's nothing that's kicking up. And if I would just color a little bit softer and not so heavy-handed, um, yeah, there would be no buildup whatsoever. None. All right. So let me, take my time and I'm not so much worried about the blend right now, but let me just take the darker crown and color this right here. And I'm not pressing down hard. This is with the Bic. I don't see any, none. There is zero. Absolutely none. And even though this one is winning on, like no wax, all that build up, the fact that it needs a piece of paper around it, because my hand is just slipping. Time keeps on slipping, slipping. No, this crown keeps on slipping, slipping. I know. So let me try to do it like a little blend. I mean, there zero. I don't see any. So what I would have to do is because if I just sat there and just tried to blend that out, I do believe it would create, like a little buildup or a wax buildup or something like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the solvent, which has tipped over, but I'm gonna act like it didn't. I'm gonna take the solvent really quickly just so we can see it. Because you can swatch all you want, but you gotta put it to the test. To the test, 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 test. So let me get my little blending stick. All right, I'm trying not to tear down the whole trying to tear everything in the den. All right, so I just have a little bit of solvent on there. I'm just trying to see if I could get this to blend if I wanted it to, just to see really quickly. I might need to put a little bit more. That's little to none. More on the none side. Oh, look at that. Okay, so I can. I must have had more when I flipped it over. Look at that. Oh, that's so. Okay, let me get some more on this side. It will. And that's just me being really quick about it. I'm not even, you know, look at that. So those are the Bics. Those are the Bics. Okay, so we're going to move the Bics out of the way. And now we're going to go with a Prang. We're going to go with a Prang a dark green and a light green. All these have a dark green and a light green. This is why I selected them. Of course, right now I don't seem to, but I'm going to be okay. All right, so let me take this dark green, okay, from this Prang. Let me make sure it says dark green. Well, it just says green. How come stuff want to prove you? I'm telling the truth, y'all. I'm telling the truth. But let me just all right, this is me coloring it lightly. All right, I don't see any buildup. I do see like right there. I don't know if you can see where it's a little bit darker. All right, it's looking great. This is looking great too. Okay, it really is. But I mean, that was just seamless. It really was. Okay, so here it is right here. Now let me get the light green, and this is from the Prang. Don't let me down, Prang. See, the Prangs, man, they blend better. They blend better. They really do. They blend better than the Bics. Because I don't really need to add anything to that. Ta-da! There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so both of these are great. These are great crowns. They are great. Let me try my Crayolas. Crayola, like, you can say whatever you want to, but I'm the OG. I've been here since when? Forever. So let's get our light green and our dark green. Ooh, I need somebody to come in here and clean up this desk when I'm done with this. All right, so we're gonna lay down the dark green first for Crayola. All right, we're not gonna press hard. We're thinking, um, but see, I can feel it. It's not as smooth when it colors because the wax is kind of. I can feel it being jaggedy. See that? But the whole thing. Look at the color though. It's so vibrant. Now let me lay down this light green. Yes. Oh gosh, see the color. All right, so let me get my little blending stick. Put a little solvent on there. Look at that. Ooh, that's pretty too. I don't know, y'all. Ooh. Which one do you think? Okay, that's just me just putting down one layer of each one. Just blending it out really quick. I use solvent on all three. What do you think? On this one right here, I was coloring really, really hard, but I just wanted to lay down one layer. I love them all, okay? Big wins from the aspect of it has the least amount of wax residue when you color with it. But it falls short on, I need a wrapper on it because my hands are just slipping on the crown. That's it for me. The prangs, the pranks, they're good, but they leave a little bit of wax residue, but they blend so well. I didn't even have to really add any solvent to this at all. Crayola, the color is more vibrant, is darker. It leaves more wax behind, but you can fix it with solvent. See, this is why I color with crowns because it is so fun. You could try so many different experiments, but yes. So these are just the first three that I am comparing. You all saw my video where I showed all my new crowns. Which ones will I compare next? If you have not watched the video of all of my new crayons that I've added to my collection, make sure you do. And thank you so much for stopping by the Fox's Den. Let me tell y'all something. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. We're having fun over here. We're coloring with crayons and alcohol markers and oil pastels, and we're doing little experiments. So I don't want you to miss out, and make sure you turn on your notifications. Make sure you turn on your notifications. Yes, thank you to everyone who has subscribed and watched my videos. I appreciate you so much, and you watch my shorts and stuff, and you subscribe. I appreciate you. All right, this is Crystal the Foxy Colorist. I'm coming to you live from the Fox's Den, and I am coloring with crayons. I have made a comparison between Bic, what, Crayola, and Prang, get in here. Boomerang. All right. Like I always say, keep it foxy. Peace.